Hey guys, so to start the quest, we want to come to this area right here. It's just a little northeast of East Ardoyne. Once you're here, speak to Orlando Smith. What are you up to here? So you need me to just open the doors? Accept the quest? Open the ancient door? And now we'll want to investigate the stone carving right here. And a little to the right, investigate the other stone carving. Alright, and head a little south, and there should be a dusty parchment. Investigate it. Alright, now we want to investigate the shattered blade. And this will open a door for you. Then we want to investigate the scattered parchment right here. Head north, and there should be some clouded vials. Investigate them. Alright, and let's go to the new room. Investigate the Gothic statue, or Gothixian. Oh gosh. And this part is going to lead to a fight. If you are using melee, then I'll explain it once we get there, but if you're using range or magic, it's a little bit of an easier fight. But just keep going through this dialogue. And we're going to run into the next room now. And for this part, this is where 3 automatons will spawn. And pretty much their only special attack is that they can jump and then slam the ground. And if they do that, you do not want to be within the distance of them because it can severely damage you. Now, this is why I was saying ranging and meleeing is a little bit... ranging and magic is a little bit of a better option. Just because you have some distance. But it doesn't really matter. So, yeah. And also, don't start fighting them until they attack you, because if you do, then the dialogue will be closed. But I'm sure that you already know that if you already did it. So just like that, where you can see them making this animation, that's where you do not want to be within the distance of them. Should be a pretty easy fight, especially if you're using a distance attack. And there we go. Hopefully that makes sense. Really easy. If it doesn't, just post in the comments below and I can help you out. Say, I am your name. Please forgive me for waking you. What does this mean? What do you mean, trouble? Okay then. And just keep going through the dialogues. Nice and long cutscene right there. So, what do you gain from telling me this? So, how do I come into this? I already know my decision. I better get going then. And now you're gonna get a little cutscene. Alright, so before we move on to the next part in which you're going to speak to Kriara, this part is a fight, and essentially there's two main things that you want to be doing. There's going to be tornadoes that are going to be around spawning. You'll know what I'm talking about when you get to it. Avoid those. And he's going to be attacking with range or magic, so deflect or protect against one that you're weakest against. So for instance, I'm wearing ranging armor, so I'm going to be stronger against protecting from magic, so I'm going to use protect from range. Alright, so now that we have that done, let's move on a little bit. I'm also going to show you guys a little bit of the fight, just so it makes sense what I'm talking about. Who are you? Who is Armidial? If you follow Armidial, why are you with Zilly? I'm sorry, but I can't leave. Alright, so these are the tornadoes I was talking about. Just stay out of the way of them. And also whenever he says like storms aligned to me, don't worry about it. Just don't be near him. So, yeah, I'm going to skip the end of this fight. It really shouldn't be too hard. If you're struggling, feel free to comment and I can try to help you out. Oh, and one more thing I forgot to mention. If you do end up dying, your gravestone will just end up spawning outside of the area that we started the quest at. So you can go rebank in Ardoin and then come back here and restart right where we are. Good luck. I'm going to skip to the end of the fight. And once you get to the end of the fight, you'll get this dialogue. And you're allowed to pass through the door. And now we run around to the eastern side of this area. And one little note, if you have a summoning familiar, you'll have to dismiss it for this portion. Kind of sucks, but whatever. Death and Juna are going to spawn. Guthix is in trouble. I'm here to protect him. Alright, and after that you can activate the control. Alright, so for this puzzle, there's going to be a little thing on the side of the screen that explains what I'm saying, but I'm also going to say it in person. So there are these white looking dots. There should be 5 of them on the screen. These ones auto-rotate on their own, so there's nothing you can do with them. Essentially what your goal is going to be is there's going to be an area where a ball starts from, and there's going to be an area where the ball finishes. So in this case, this is the finishing location right here, and for the first one the ball is going to start right up over here. So essentially what you want to do is create the path for the ball to get there, and keep in mind that the white dot ones rotate on their own. And if you don't know what anything is, there's a little menu bar that should come up, and it'll explain what each of them are. So just for slight example, one thing I can do is I can rotate this guy and see how it's making the path up here now, and then I'll rotate this guy and so on. So I'm going to show you guys the solution and we'll go from there. So once you have it all set up, like the picture was showing, we're going to click the release Boulder dispenser over here, and it's going to go to the first gate right here. You can say open gate once the auto rotating one is in the right direction. So there it is, and I'm going to release it. And this should be pretty self-explanatory if I'm being honest. So yeah, once the auto rotate is in the right way, click open gate. And there we go. First puzzle done. I'm going to show the solution to the next puzzle. Once you finish that, we're going to click release Boulder dispenser on this area right here. Now one thing I forgot to mention, you want to make sure these arrows are pointing the right way when you click a release on it, otherwise it'll go the wrong way, obviously. And there we go. Puzzle 2 completed. Gonna show the solution to the third one. Once you finish that, we're gonna click release Boulder in this corner right here. Again, releasing it once it's in the right direction. And there we go. Third puzzle completed. Gonna show you guys the solution to the fourth one. Once you get that done, we're gonna click the last dispenser right here and let the ball go. Wait until the arrows are in the right direction. And there we go, boys. And we're gonna be hit with a pretty long cutscene. And now just go through the dialogue. Sorry, forgot to say that. And there should be a strange map to your east. Inspect it. So for this part, your goal is to get these pillars to halfway, but you cannot exceed halfway. So rather than showing you guys the solutions or showing you the answers, because it's different for each person, I'm going to link you to a wiki page. But also for the first 2 questions, you can just say whatever you want, because it's easier to just figure out after the first 2, because within the first 2 you literally cannot fill halfway up all the way. So once you get to the wiki page, it'll show all the questions and what each answer does for them. And as I was saying, you want to get these to the halfway marks, but do not exceed halfway. Hopefully this makes sense. If it doesn't, feel free to ask me and I can totally explain it better. And there we go. See how I got halfway on each of them? Should make sense. And you're going to be hit with a little dialogue now. Enthuse the group. Reinforce the importance of protecting the ethics. Hopefully I said that right. Highlight the strengths of the group. And you're going to get this little box that comes up here. So for the first one, we want to put the fairy person there. For the second one, we want to put the automaton. Third one, we want to put death. And for the last one, the last people. I don't know who they are. So Juna is going to speak with you and then talk to Juna. Say, I finished setting up. I'm happy with the formation for now. And now there are elixirs throughout the place. If you click on them, they'll restore your stats for you, which is very, very nice. Excuse me. Had a hiccup. And also at this point, if you need to, you can bank. And to be more specific about the banking, you can, there's a druidess over here, and you can click on her to go to your bank. After the cutscene, obviously. So yeah, you can click on her and go to your bank and withdraw any of the items that you think you'll need. So feel free to restock if you need to, and we'll go from there. Once you're ready for the first fight, we're going to go to the room with the fairy. So we're going to click enter. And now I recommend just listening to me before you start doing this. So first things first, you want to use protect or deflect from melee. And just go through the dialogue. He's going to have basically 3 special attacks. If he says Gror protect, do not attack him, because everything that hits him, he'll basically deflect back. So right now I don't want to be attacking him because he's going to be deflecting them. And if he ever says Gror mad, do not stand in front of him. And then if he says Gror smash, you do not want to be hit by the rocks that are falling from the ceiling. It'll make sense once you get to it. I'm going to skip to each of those parts. So we already saw Gror protect. Alright, now he said Gror smash. So we don't want to be hit by the falling rocks. As you can see, there's shadows, like I just did. Wow. Fail. But there's shadows, and you essentially do not want to be in the path of the shadows. Well, for me, he ended up not doing the Gror mad, but for that part, just don't stand in front of him. And once you're done with the fight, you can enter the exit. And feel free to restock on the Druidess if you need to. Once you're good to go, we're going to go into the one that has the crest in front of it. So click Enter Storage Wing. Yes, I'm sure. Let's go. So for this part, you want to be using Deflect Magic or Protect from Magic. You need to first attack and destroy the dark portals. There's 2 of them to begin with, so attack and kill those. And then for reference, we're not quite there yet obviously, but once he gets down to about 70% health, there's 4 more portals that are going to spawn. You need to attack and kill them. So just on a basis, whenever there's a dark portal, attack and kill it. And then once all the dark portals are gone, you can actually attack and kill the main guy in here. So as we can see, the 4 portals spawned. So we're going to attack and destroy the 4 portals. And then once they're destroyed, we can finish him off. So this should be pretty self-explanatory, a nice and easy one. I'm going to skip to the end of the boss fight. And there we go, done with the fight. We can exit this area now. Once again, if you need to, feel free to bank on the Druidess, who's just right over here. And once you're all ready, we're going to go on to the next fight. Right here where death is, so enter the storage wing. Say, I'm sure, let's go. So for this one, you're going to be fighting the Zami boss, and he's going to be attacking with melee or magic attacks. So protect from whatever you're weakest against. So for me, it's melee. And he has 3 special attacks. One of which being, say, you cannot stand against the Zamorakian might, and for that, you just want to avoid the spikes that are coming from the ground. Next is Run Coward, and you just want to stay out of his way, because he's going to charge you. And lastly, it's Guthix will die in the name of Zamorak. Stay away from him, or basically he'll be hitting you very rapidly, so just be a little bit in front of him. And once the fight is over, once again, you can just go out of the exit. Another time, once again, if you need to get more food, feel free to go to the Druidess. Once you're ready, we're going to go into the last area. So it's going to be right here in the storage wing. So for this one, we want to be using Protect from Magic and or Deflect from Magic. So a few things. She can steal from your health. If she does, you can go to one of these blocks over here or over here and just hide behind it, and that'll stop her from stealing from you. And then if she stuns you, just use the Freedom ability, which is in the defensive abilities. Okay, and once you finish that fight, we can leave the area. There's going to be a bunch of people fighting now in this big area. So head to the middle and speak to the crest. Now talk to Juna. And you need to protect Juna from monsters that'll try to attack this barrier for 2 minutes. So after 2 minutes, we'll move on from there. But kill anything that is attacking the barrier around Juna. And on the off chance they do get through, repair the barrier as soon as possible. Good luck, and we'll go from there. And after the 2 minutes, you'll get this cutscene. Oh, that was a weird glitch. Oh. Okay, and once we're here, speak to Azandra. Doesn't matter what you say. Doesn't matter what you say. Alright, enter the shattered wall. And for this part, you're going to be constantly bombarded with attacks. So do your best to avoid them if you can. If you get stuck on ice picks, just click on the ice picks and you can get out of them. Wow, I got really lucky with this. Nice. Oh, there we go. And once you get to the other side, hopefully you made it safely, you're going to be hit with a cutscene. And you'll want to make your way down the stairs. And once you get onto this little ledge right here, you'll speak to him. And he's going to keep teleporting, so keep moving on to where he teleports to and speak with him. And talk with him up here. And continue on talking with him. We're almost done with this part. I will do as you ask. The world is unprotected. There will not be another war. Speak with Sarah Demin. Doesn't really matter what you say, but God of Justice is what I'm gonna say. He gave me some of his power. Alright, speak to Juna and make sure you have at least 9 free inventory slots open, I believe. And there we go, guys. I hope this helped you out.